This is Jaya. In this video, we shall see about biography. A biography is an account of a person's life written by someone else. The word biography comes from Greek, that is from bios meaning life and graphin to write about someone's life. And when we see about the history of biography, in the early Middle Ages there were very few biographies, and that also the few biographies which are available are hagiographies, that is the lives of the saints, and these hagiographies presented the pious living of these saints to the readers. And in the Middle Ages, books were written on the lives of the kings, knights, and soldiers. And Plutarch's lives describes the lives of 23 Greeks and 23 Romans. And this work became an important source of plot for dramatists like Shakespeare. And Giovanni Boccaccio's Life of Dan and Sir Thomas Malory's Morte di Author are other important works. And during Elizabethan age, the important biographies are Giovanni Vasari's Life of the Painters, William Roper's Life of Sir Thomas More, Thomas Cavendish's Life of Cardinal Wolsey, and Francis Bacon's History of Henry VII. And this Bacon's History of Henry VII was actually a psychological analysis of Henry VII against the historical context of his reign. That is, he did not tell about how he ruled the country, he analyzed his psychology in this. And in the 17th century, the biography became popular, and the word biography was first used by John Dryden. And he has said that biography is the history of particular men's lives. In the 18th century, biographers started writing the biography like a novel to make their work readable and interesting to the audience. And Dr. Samuel Johnson was one of the greatest biographers of this period, and the famous biography was The Life of Samuel Johnson, written by James Boswell. And biography underwent a change in the 19th century. It glossed over the unsavory aspects of the subject's life in order to appear respectable, and the prudishness and gentility of the Victorian age was responsible for this change in approach, because they did not want to hurt the subjects. And debunking is a modern trend in biography. The biographer ruthlessly dissects his subject in this. Lytton Strachey's Eminent Victorians exposes the shortcomings of his subjects in an irreverent manner. In the 20th century, biography remains a highly respectable form and a source of information. Features of a biography are: a biography is a story of an individual. Though other characters are greater in some way or the other compared to this individual, they play only a subsidiary role. And a good biography traces not only the achievements of the subject but also highlights his or her personality and character. A biography is not a mere compilation of dry facts. A biographer takes care to arrange and present the material in a pleasing and artistic manner. A well written biography brings the personality of the subject to life. That is, audience should feel, the reader should feel that they are living with that person and they themselves are viewing him throughout his life. And the challenges faced by the biographer is very difficult, because the biographer has not lived constantly with this subject. So he will not be able to give an accurate picture of the person, but he has to give an accurate picture to the readers, because the readers rely on his biography to know about the subject. And the task of gathering, sifting, and presenting information to a person becomes very challenging. The biographer is actually forced to piece together the life of his or her subject from sources like records, letters, and journals. Because the biographer would have gone to that person only after he has reached a certain age. So the records, letters, and journals only will give him certain information. And another difficulty in writing a biography is trying to compress the different facets of life in all its complexities. It can be physical, intellectual, psychological, and moral. And a person's life is composed of thoughts and feelings which he or she may have suppressed or left unexpressed, and the biographer can only guess at this. Great skill and discretion are to be exercised in selecting the events and incidents in the life of the subject. If too much importance is given to personal details, then there is a danger of slipping into mere gossip. And therefore, the qualities of a biographer are: an ideal biographer is expected to be impartial in analyzing the life of his subject and objectively presenting both the vices as well as the virtues of the person. A biographer is expected to refrain from attributing a moral or any other utilitarian motive to his work. A biographer should guard against the temptation to exaggerate the virtues of his or her subject, because then it would result in a biased eulogy. And the biography in English is, in the Middle Ages there were only two types of biographies or lives, and they are the saint's life and the royal chronicle, that is the who was ruling the kingdom. And the most ancient example is Plutarch's lives. The English biography proper appeared in 17th century. Isaac Walton's lives appeared between 1640 to 1678, and then we have Dr. Johnson's monumental Lives of the Poets and Boswell's Life of Samuel Johnson, which is considered as the greatest of all the biographies till today. And Goldsmith's biographical sketches also appeared during this period. In the 19th century, we have Lockhart Scott, Carl Sterling, and Fraud's Carley. In modern times, we have Linton Strachey's Queen Victoria and eminent Victorians, Trevelyan's Macaulay, Churchill's Marlborough, and David Cecil's Stricken Deer, which is a biography of poet Cowper. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.